aim curve will you achieve the best aim, or is the potential the same for all curves or certain scenarios, but for one and not the others? Okay, good question. So we'll bring out the notepad. I'll explain this in depth, and then I'm gonna play. Well, okay. Okay. What aim curve will I achieve the best aim on? So right now on Olive COD, it's always been. Let's say that's the graph. COD is so weird. I don't even think COD starts from like 0 here. I don't know exactly what mathematically that means, but I think it starts like somewhere here, which I think probably means like this is probably not even dead zone. It's just like you just got to move the stick and nothing will happen, which I mean technically dead zone, but dead zone should be technically no. I could be mathematically wrong. Like let's say dead zone was this, like anything beyond this. Which no, actually, well, yeah, dead zone you would be moving the stick. So I guess either could mean dead zone. But COD is weird because linear would be something like that, not a real linear. I think what I would achieve the best aim on so far, I haven't said this publicly, but I actually think the best aim I has the best aim of all the years has been when I was playing Overwatch, which for a while I was just using just strict linear. But when I was experimenting with the aim ease in, so it just a very slight or even slighter than that. I'm talking about like an ease in, like a real just linear, but a very slight, like very slight ease in. I haven't seen people talk about. Probably I'll make a video on that because even I've kind of felt that in Kovacs as well. A very slight ease in, but like quick outer or just linear outer. I think could boost a good amount of my scores because having a quick like outer can OBS see my yeah having a quick outer where was I? You can kind of see it also in my like track stop scores if you go to my Twitter. That score on track stop being able to like move quick outer, what just happened? Okay. So as of right now, the potential like best aim I think would be slow in linear and then possibly like a quick outer. That's just hypothetical. But right now, Overwatch I'd say is the best my aim has been. Which for a while was just true linear. Maybe that slow, very slight ease in. But potential for all curves, I think it's at least as of right now, the potential's there. The issue is whether it's linear or like an ease in. I think the potential's all there. It's just you run into issues. I would either say like issue one would be that ease in because controlling the linear is going to be more difficult. Actually, God, how did I make this straight line? That was a map. Oh my God, hold on. Oh my. Okay, no, it's easy. Never mind. Sorry, I'm freak out. All right, I need to make these more value driven. So for those of you listening, on Steam, either you can do a custom curve on Steam, and it's a custom curve option, and then you go, yeah, response curve, custom curve, and then try like 190, 180 ish, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But with different curves, I think you just run into different issues. I mean, obviously, I'm running a high sense as well, so that's part of. When I say issues, I just mean like issues that you're gonna have to work through. So linear, you're gonna have to, especially with static scenarios, you're going to have to really control your thumb, which something I also haven't talked about, I'll link that too, is I've been seeing more and more people bring up like my thumb placement. Another reason why it's not ideal or not perfect, at least as perfect, I see some people talking about it. The place, and you'll see it in my gameplay, where I place my actual thumb can heavily affect my aim. Sometimes you'll kind of see me, it almost like look crazy, like I'm just like tapping my finger. Uh, but also, I mean, just more value. If you ever just feel like your aim is off, just, I know it seems weird, but just kind of like touch your controller, right? Sometimes you'll see when I'm playing Kovacs a lot, doing the 1,000 runs, or if I'm playing COD, I'll kind of just like tap my thumbsticks. And really, what I'm trying to do is, I think it's a good trick for the brain, just kind of like chill out, stop freaking out, just hold the controller. But also, I think it's I just thought about this now, but it's probably really difficult to say, okay, hold the controller perfectly. Okay, then the game ends. Okay, now hold the controller perfectly. Versus if I kind of like tap my hands around, then what just happened? Oh, then I'm able to better get a feel of what I want comfortable. But where I place my thumb is super important because if I place it wrong, you will see my aim almost like jitters. But that's also because I'm on a pretty low dead zone and high sense, so it just exaggerates it. So where I actually place my thumb, still kind of the same grip where I place my thumb. And I bring that up with the response curves as well because with the slower response curves, it's a bit easier, right? I've seen that a lot with linear where I would really have to get my initial thumb placement good. But also, yeah, certain scenarios like with static, I'll probably be able to push static a lot more with a curve that is slowly in and then linear, or maybe even a possible like up. I think R6 did this, but I don't really like that up. I don't think it's necessary. Just a slow ease in and then linear. Good for static, probably good for tracking as well. You just got to get used to it a little bit. As of right now, like my hypothetical like best performance would probably be something like this. Which crazy enough, with all of the with my idea of trying to get COD to be a perfect linear, I'm still kind of 50-50, but I would probably want like a curve like this. Even if I could get a perfect linear. But different scenarios, yeah. Even for something like target switching, I'll probably. I mean, that curve just seems to be really good as well. Just a slow ease in. Because I felt that first in Overwatch. But quick recap. Okay. Yeah, try out custom curve in Steam. Custom response curve. Put it to like 190, 180. Try that out. If you're trying to hold your controller and it feels weird, just kind of like shuffle your hands around. And then where you place your actual thumb on the thumbstick is pretty important. You can feel that out really nicely and could really be any game, but if you're able to up your sense and lower your dead zone, you'll see what I mean to where you get if you if I told you just to go idle with the controller in your hands, it's a lot less if you play like on a normal sense, which everyone should be doing. But if you higher your sense and try to just hold your controller idle, it's also a good tell for how your mental is. Like if you're been playing for a while and you're just kind of shaky, you're just going to have like an average higher shake, I would say. But if you're real calm, you should be able to just hold your thumb on top of your thumbstick, but not moving. But if you're playing on a normal sense, it won't be as bad. Problem is, I do think everyone would benefit from as low as a dead zone as you can go. Still be pretty comfortable. Um, yeah, even just this curve should be pretty good tech. Like I haven't seen anyone talk about that so far. I think that alone you should be able to push a few scores. Use Expo with max sense because on linear is different to control, but Expo it's inconsistent. Could go with linear lower sense, but I like max sense. Exponential Expo on where? On Steam? Expo or on Apex. Why do I feel like it was an Apex term? I would also have to see the graph. Use Expo with max sense. Go to control. Expo is inconsistent. What do you mean? And what do you mean Expo is inconsistent? Go linear. Standard curve. Go linear with lower sense, but I like max sense. And what game do you play? If you're just trying to push Kovac scores, I think the curve does get important because I mean the M&K players have just gotten so good that you kind of have to maximize everything. But at the same time, I want to say it's good to practice with a little bit of everything. But I mean, as I and as you start to put more time into all of this, and we start to really discover like what's good, what's not too good, I do think in the future it would be good to stick with a single curve. I don't know if there's much experience because I mean we can only look to M&K players. Changing sense might be one thing. Changing the actual physical stick, like representation in reality, and then changing the actual curve might mess with the brain a bit too much. I would have to think about that more though. Because I mean, I can go super high sensitivity, and it kind of forces my thumb to be less tense. And I'm sure intelligence and just processing speed has a part to play in it, but it's a lot easier to be less tense than to kind of just keep in mind like I change my curve to this or this. Caught in Fortnite, Aim Labs. Yeah, yeah, I'd be interested to know like I'll do a bit more research. Okay, I'm about to hop on one, but I would be really interested to like get a tool somehow to have the same scent, same response curve, same dead zone throughout every game. I mean, because the mouse and keyboard players have had the option to have just like same everything for a good while. It may be the case that like muscle memory is not real, but muscle memory is like not real. Like you can change pretty much anything and get used to it. But as far as like performance, you would want the same thing most of the time. I have to think about that more. Or maybe you would want the same thing for performance, but as far as like pushing your skill level, you would want to change it. Because right now we're kind of like Atari. If you told me, yo, Atari's playing Kovacs, then he's gonna go play COD and try to do good in COD, and then he's gonna go play Fortnite and do good in Fortnite. You're trying to do good in Fortnite. I just don't know how much of the brain is different between okay, I'm Atari, I'm gonna sit down and try to practice, and then another you saying I'm Atari, I'm gonna sit down and try to get better. Right? One is I'm trying to make no mistakes and just play at my max, and another is I'm trying to sit down and break my brain while staying as conscious as possible of fixing mistakes. Right? Because when you're aim training, you're trying to push yourself. This is going to be a bit frustrating. So it's an interesting question, though. be a pitfall we're still running into. But yeah, hopefully that was some value. Try that out. I want to start doing those. It's a bit